4.8 magnitude earthquake rattles Yellowstone, sending shockwaves of fear among visitors. Yellowstone National Park. A powerful 4.8 magnitude earthquake struck Yellowstone National Park today.
Nearly 200 earthquakes were recorded in Yellowstone National Park in the past 2 weeks,
Shaking the ground beneath thousands of visitors and fueling fears of a larger seismic event.
Holy shit.
The quake, which originated near Norris Geyser Basin, sent tremors rolling across the park, rattling windows, knocking over signs, and even disrupting geyser activity. As the rumbling intensified, visitors scrambled for safety, with some witnessing ominous steam bursts and ground cracks forming in certain areas of the park. The sudden jolt was so intense that it was felt as far as Bozeman, Montana, and Jackson, Wyoming, leading to concerns about whether this was a mere foreshock to something even greater. Visitors describe moments of terror. For tourists who came to Yellowstone expecting a peaceful day of sightseeing, the experience turned into a nightmare. It was surreal, said James Holloway, a tourist from Texas who had been hiking near Grand Prismatic Spring when the earthquake struck. We first heard a low, rumbling sound, like thunder coming from underground. Then, the ground beneath us just started shaking violently. It felt like it lasted forever. Other visitors reported seeing waves ripple through the soil, causing trees to sway unnaturally and rocks to tumble from hillsides. Those near the geyser basins witnessed something even more unsettling: erratic eruptions from smaller geysers, as if the entire underground system had been disturbed. I was right near Steamboat Geyser when it happened, said Emma Lewis, a photographer from California. The geyser didn't erupt, but I swear you could hear this deep groaning noise from underground. The steam got thicker, and there was this awful sulfur smell in the air. It was terrifying. Meanwhile, campers in the Madison campground were jolted awake as their tents shook violently, with some reporting the sound of rocks tumbling into the Madison River. At the Old Faithful Inn, one of the park's most historic lodges, chandeliers swayed dangerously, and minor cracks were reported in parts of the structure. Scientists issue emergency response. The U.S. Geological Survey, USGS, and Yellowstone Volcano Observatory, YVO, immediately dispatched teams to assess the earthquake's impact. Early reports indicate that the quake struck at a shallow depth of just 5 miles, 8 kilometers, making it more intense at the surface. Dr. Laura Mitchell, a USGS seismologist, warned that this could be part of an ongoing swarm of seismic activity, a phenomenon often observed before major geological events. While Yellowstone experiences frequent earthquakes, a 4.8 magnitude tremor is on the stronger side of what we typically see, Dr. Mitchell explained. We are closely monitoring changes in ground deformation, steam pressure, and geyser activity, as these could indicate deeper shifts within the magma system.